Hello everybody, welcome to Blazing Blooms. We are here today to talk about our Summertime Blues Vitex. We're out here today because we talked about how we're going to create a topiary form out of this Vitex on the corner here. So we're going to kind of go through that process with you and how to do that. The first thing we want to talk about is like what kind of Vitex this is. It's a bushing variety Vitex Summertime Blues. It only gets 4 to 6 foot wide by 4 to 6 foot tall. Honestly, you can get a little wider than that. It's probably closer to about 8 foot wide right now. So I don't mind it getting that wide. I just don't want it this low. What we want to do is create a topiary form out of it so that we can underplant it with flowers and things and have a little bit more than just one shrubbery. Sorry about the traffic. We live on a very busy street. It's kind of gotten out of hand here recently because we've been so busy with our front garden here on the south side. Can you pan over to that? Kind of show them like what our front garden is kind of in the shape of. Thanks. So we've been working on that very, very hard the last few months to make sure that we get that in. We kind of neglected our foundation hedges. So that's what we're going to work on right now. Kind of go through this and how we're going to topiary this Vitex. I guess we're going to start on this one because this is going to be the more drastic side right here that we're going to have to shave up because we have such a large branch coming downward. So we're probably going to start there. It's going to look, we're going to get pretty aggressive with this today because we've just spent a lot of time putting it off. But this Vitex is a very tough shrub and it's going to be able to handle it. So let's kind of move in here and I'll show you. And something you'll notice is how flowered out this side is as comparison to the other side. And it's because this side receives more sunlight. It catches the south sun as it comes over, and so it gets the most energy to bloom first, and then later in the day, the rest of the shrub gets the energy and it will bloom later on. So as this has already bloomed, we've kind of got to enjoy the flowers. Now we're going to kind of go ahead and give it its chop. We should have given it before spring hit. So let's get started. So come right here and you'll see that I've kind of got this already kind of scoped out and how we're going to go back. How it's going to show up in the camera. So if you see this first branch, it's going to come back, but you follow it all the way down to where it's going to split, and it's right back there. And I have a branch here that goes up, and I'm going to leave this one that goes up. I like that one that goes up, but this one that's going down and directly into everything, we're going to have to go ahead and remove that. So we're going to come all the way back. In fact, we may do this in multiple cuts actually. We're going to start here. Just like this one here has to go as well. This one is way down back in there, so now we can kind of get a little more access into where we're trying to get to, which was right here. And we will just remove it. It's a big cut here. So the key is a very sharp pair of bypass trimmers. And that makes a very smooth cut and it'll help keep any sort of bad infections or blemishes on your shrub. other one down low. We're going to take it like so. I'm going to move this one too. Like so. And you can see all these suckers, they just keep coming. So they would just keep running under here and filling this in. And then kind of drive everything else out. So if you want to have a garden with lots of color and lots of different variety, you kind of have to keep things back and in control. Let's keep moving around here. Just gonna keep moving around the shrub as we see. You can see as I'm removing the little stuff on the limbs here, it's removing the weight and allowing it to lift up. So I'm not having to really take as much of it as you would think when you start removing it. So just start at the bottom and work your way up. You don't want to start at the top and down. You want to start at the bottom up. These will just continue to grow thicker and thicker inside there, and it won't allow a lot of airflow in there. Creates issues for fat fungus, bacteria, as well as just aphids like that would host on your plant. So it's good to have good airflow through your plant. So going through and cleaning up the middle of it like that, cleaning up underneath it is always a good idea. Not always. You want to make sure that you're doing it at the proper time and you're not cutting out your flowers or flowers to be, I should say. But it really is as simple as that. And I think it already looks much better. It'll take some time, of course, for everything to kind of grow in and to start to look refreshed. It's kind of ragged right now. But it's as simple as that. We'll go through a process here. We'll do another video of how to propagate this and to basically create more plants from your cuttings. So continue watching the channel and be on the lookout for that as well. We'll show you a couple of ways that we go about doing that. Okay? Again, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the content. Thanks. Bye.